17% of the world is Indian. That's 1 out of 6 people in the world. India's economy has been growing at 7-8% per year. At this rate, it will surpass total U.S. GDP in 2043. Can you please tell me, why aren't you investing in India?
Yeah, the one trouble that India presents is that its governments tend to have a fair amount of paralysis, endless due process, endless objection, zoning is hard, planning permissions are hard, etc. And that has caused the very wise founder of modern Singapore to say that China is going to grow much faster than India because their government causes less paralysis. So these countries are different in the opportunities they present. Of course, we like India, and we kind of admire the democracy that causes the paralysis, but we still don't like the paralysis.
Countries do learn from each other. I mean, and they should. I mean, I think they've learned many things from the U.S. that they adapt. I'm not talking about India specifically. I'm talking about other countries generally. They don't take on everything we have. But if you looked at a country that was as successful as this country has been over a couple hundred years, you might figure that there could be a few good ideas you could steal. And I think that you're seeing that around the world, and maybe improve. They can improve on us. So I don't think I would feel that any impediments to growth that existed now are necessarily ones that have to be permanent.
Why is it that Berkshire's organizational principles as a holding company have not been copied more by others, given its incredible success and track record? Thank you.
Well, it's a good question. I think the main reason is it looks impossible. If you were in Procter & Gamble with its culture and its bureaucracy, and you sat down, how can I make Procter & Gamble more like Berkshire Hathaway? It would go immediately to the too hard pile. It's just too hard. One of the reasons that Berkshire has been so successful is there's practically nobody at headquarters. We have almost no corporate bureaucracy. Having no bureaucracy is a huge advantage if the people who are running it are sensible people. Think of how poorly all of us have behaved in big bureaucracy, even though we have a lot of talent, because we couldn't change anything. So bureaucracy has a standard bunch of evils and a standard bunch of stupid wastes and so forth. And avoiding it is hugely important. And of course, the tendency of successful places, particularly successful governmental places, is to have more and more bureaucracy. And of course, it's terribly counterproductive. The individual bureaucrats, they're benefiting from more assistance, more meetings, more this, more that. So what looks like poison to us from the outside, because the decisions are so terrible, looks wonderful for them. It's opportunity. And I've just described the great tragedy of modern life. Modern life creates successful bureaucracy, and successful bureaucracy breeds failure and stupidity. That's the big tension of modern life. There's a lot of horror and waste in bureaucracy, and it's inevitable. It's as natural as old age and death. We have accidentally created a very interesting experiment in how well a really big place can be run on a very non-bureaucratic basis with extreme decentralization. We're like a test case for how extreme you can make it. And I would say so far that it's worked better. We get more advantages than disadvantages out of our hands-off management.
That's true.
Do you agree with that?
That's true. We get very few people that want to copy us.
No, nobody wants to copy us. And if people study us, they'd find it the way we're doing it, it works way better.
Yeah, it has certain disadvantages.
Yes.
When you trust people, occasionally trust is misused. But net, it's worked.
It's a useful experiment that we've done, and I confidently predict that someday somebody will find out that some of this dumb bureaucracy could be eliminated. We'll be better off. Don't you think we've done better than we would have been if we'd copied the centralized management system?
I wouldn't have wanted to work there.
I know. No, of course not.
I'd resigned or been fired.
Yeah.
No, I'd rather be in a jail cell with a few people who were interesting, and plenty of reading material.